What if I told you that everything you've seen in photos and movies about a Santorini sunset on a luxurious yacht isn't exactly what it seems? Picture this, you're on a yacht, sailing into the famous Santorini sunset. The sky is turning shades of pink and orange, the sea glimmers under the fading sun, and the iconic whitewashed houses line the cliffs. It's the ultimate luxury dream. But is it as magical as it sounds? Or is there more to the story? Let's dive in and see if this dreamy yacht life in Santorini really matches the hype. Santorini, the island of perfect sunsets and idyllic landscapes. It's the kind of place people dream of visiting. But when it comes to yachting around here, things aren't always as perfect as the photos suggest. While the idea of sipping champagne on a yacht, watching the sunset, sounds like a dream, there's more to it than you might expect. The reality of organizing this kind of experience can be a challenge. Bad weather, unreliable crews, and busy waters can all throw a wrench in your dream. And don't even get me started on the price tag. Let's start with the most obvious question. What's it like to book a yacht in Santorini? Sure, there's no shortage of options. From high-end catamarans to traditional Greek sailboats, there's something for every budget. But as with most things in life, not all of them live up to expectations. It's easy to get swept up in the glamour of it all when you're booking your dream experience, but it's important to do your research. I've been there myself. I've had my fair share of mediocre boat experiences. From food that wasn't up to par to a captain who didn't seem to care about the timing of our sunset, I've had moments where I thought, is this really worth it? And trust me, you don't want to be stuck on a yacht in the middle of Santorini's busy waters, watching your sunset slip away because the crew didn't plan ahead. But here's the thing, despite the occasional letdown, there's something incredibly special about Santorini from the water. Maybe it's the view of the caldera, or the way the sun sets behind the iconic blue domes of the churches, but once you're out on the water, everything else fades away. It's not perfect, but it's beautiful. Now, let's talk about timing. One of the most frustrating things about Santorini is the crowds. Everywhere you go, there's a sea of tourists. That's why getting to the best spots at the right time is key. On the water, this means navigating through busy harbors, making sure you've timed your arrival to catch the sunset before the boats are too crowded. A lot of yacht tours try to get you to the best spots, but you really have to stay on top of the schedule. But as challenging as it can be, there are plenty of hidden gems in Santorini that only a yacht can get you to. Secluded beaches, ancient ruins you wouldn't normally spot, and local tavernas where the food is nothing short of amazing. These little pieces of the island make the whole experience worth it. And speaking of food, one of the highlights of any yacht experience in Santorini is the fresh seafood. Picture this, sitting on the deck with a glass of chilled ouzo, enjoying grilled fish, tzatziki, and local olives, all while watching the sun dip below the horizon. It's moments like this that remind you why Santorini is one of the most sought-after destinations in the world. No matter how many yachts I've been on, there's something about eating traditional Greek food while surrounded by water that just hits differently. But it's not just about the boat or the food. The real beauty of a Santorini yacht experience is the sense of freedom you feel. You're out there on the water, away from the hustle and bustle, surrounded by stunning views and great company. The world feels smaller, quieter, and so much more peaceful when you're on the sea. Now, let's get into some of the highlights I've experienced on these yacht adventures. One moment that stands out for me was sailing into the caldera during sunset. The sky was painted with fiery hues of red, pink, and orange. The water was calm, reflecting the colors of the sky, and the scenery was just unreal. I'll never forget that moment. It felt like time stood still. Then there's the surprise factor. On one of my trips, we spotted a group of dolphins swimming alongside our boat, jumping through the waves. It was magical, surreal, almost like something out of a movie. You don't expect those kinds of things, but when they happen, they remind you how incredible nature can be. And if you think the adventure is all about the views, think again. Some of the best experiences come from the people you meet along the way. Whether it's the local sailors who know all the best spots, or fellow travelers who share the same love for the sea, there's a real sense of community when you're out there on the water. It's one of those things that's hard to put into words. It's just something you have to experience. But let's get to the big question. Is this luxury yacht experience in Santorini really worth it? Despite all the ups and downs, the stress of booking and the occasional hiccup, yes, it absolutely is. There's something about being on a yacht, watching the sunset over the caldera, sipping on something cold, and knowing you're experiencing something that's truly special. The real takeaway here is that it's not always perfect, but it's worth it. It's about embracing the little imperfections, whether it's a boat that's a little older than you expected or a schedule that's slightly off. At the end of the day, you're sailing in one of the most beautiful places on Earth, and that's something you can't put a price on. Santorini is magical, and experiencing it by yacht is the ultimate way to take it all in. To sum it all up, Santorini is an incredible destination, and while yacht experiences may come with their challenges, the beauty and magic of the island make it all worth it. There's no other way to truly take in the island's stunning landscapes, hidden gems, and breathtaking sunsets than from the water. So if you're thinking about booking a yacht in Santorini, go for it. Just make sure you do your homework, choose the right crew, and be ready for some unexpected twists along the way. What's your dream travel destination? Drop a comment below and let me know. And don't forget to check out my other videos for more travel inspiration.